Hi everybody, this is going to be a demonstration on using email and text for Groove using SoftPack. And what I'd like to do, this is going to be a little long, but what I've got is a demo set up using the Learning Center. So everyone that has a Learning Center should be able to duplicate this, I don't want to say easily, but certainly within the realm of everybody's capability. So what I'd like to show here first off is what the system looks like. Got my laptop here, and then between my laptop and the Learning Center is a crossover cable, and that crossover cable is in lieu of using a switch or a router or anything like that. So I don't have a bunch of networking cables and stuff all over the place. I just need the crossover cable. So actually, optionally here, I show on this diagram that we could use a router or a switch. Well, not a switch, a router. You'd want a wireless router so that when we get to the Groove part, you could show an iPad or an iPhone connected to the whole thing, but maybe we'll get to that at the end. So this is the setup. I've got a static IP on my Learning Center. It's an R1 controller, just as is here. I'm gonna pan over to the Learning Center. There's my Learning Center. There's nothing special about it. It's got the ICTD, and it's got the pot and some switches and stuff, and I'm using all that in the demo. So what I'd like to start with is showing the Groove right off the bat here. So I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go over to Chrome, and I'm going to type in, I'm running Groove server for Windows, so it's running on this laptop, so I can type in https://localhost, and that will bring up my Groove on my PC. And this is I'm calling it kind of the water demo. And the features that it has is it's using the ICTD for temperature, and it's using the pot for level, and then I've got this is an IP camera. This is pointed out at this camera's out in the factory. It's dark out there now. It's dark here too. And a little menu up on top. Here's the main screen that we're at right now. Here's a little screen for temperature, just some trends and some gauges. One of the things that this demo does is it does emailing and texting. So here's a setup screen for email and text. We can put in one email address, we can put in a phone number, and we can put in the temperature setting that we're going to email at. And here's the thing, this is the Groove screen number. I don't know if you've noticed, but all these Groove screens all have at the tail end of the URL is usually a £sign with the screen number. So what this lets me do is this lets me put the number of the screen, since it might change if I add more screens, but then I can tack this number on to the email that I send, so that if I have a temperature alarm, I can send a temperature related email and put a link in there to bring right up Groove screen 6, which is the one for temperature. So if I go back to the temperature screen, you can see here that it's a number 6 at the end. So so we've got that set up. Another thing you can do is you can put in the phone number, and the phone number will in this case send out a text message. And here's the thing for level of the pot. It's pretending to be, you know, a tank or something. And here's alarms, and here's the Groove screen number for that too. Here's my level screen. So those are the Groove screens. Relatively simple. Something everybody should be able to play with and add stuff to. When I get a level alarm, I blast the horn, and we can silence that here. When we get a temperature alarm, if I can raise that up a bit, what we'll do is all I do is turn on the light on the Learning Center. Oh, did you hear that? That was a text coming in. Excuse me, a text and an email. So if I go over to my email, this is going to be fresh, but this just came in. It says level alarm, and here is the text that came in. Excuse me, the email that came in, and level alarm. So here's the link. This was in the body of the email I sent. Level alarm, HTTPS 10.01.10 with a #8. So if I click on that, it's going to take me right over to, hopefully, come on, right over here to this. Should take me to the level alarm. Click to follow. This might be a phishing message. I know it isn't. I don't know why that's not bringing. Oh, here, I need to click on that, I guess. Click here to enable functionality. Enable links not recommended. That's what we want. There we go. So now it's probably going to bring up the right stuff, I hope. Anyways, I'm going to let that connect. Here's the link. I didn't click on these earlier. I should have done that, but sorry about that. In any case, I'm going to get on showing you with what we've got that makes this whole thing tick. I'm going to start off. The pack control is professional because we're using soft pack, and I'm going to pull that up. There's three charts that do all the work on a power up chart. I guess the key to this thing is that if you don't already have a soft pack control engine, setting that up is you're gonna need to set one up on your computer no matter what. So I'm gonna have this whole thing zipped up. I'll email it to you, and when you pull up the strategy using Pack Control Professional, you're gonna have to add an engine. I would suggest calling it Soft Pack, and like if we look at mine, you can see Soft Pack again uses this IP address of 127.0.0.1, and that's local host. It means that SoftPack's running on the same machine as this computer, and it's kind of shorthand. I don't have to know the IP address of my, well, it's SoftPack, so it is right here local. I could put in my own IP address, but I don't need to. So that's one of the other keys. You could go in here. Here's a simple temperature alarm. It's just looking at the temperatures and sets a flag if there's a temperature alarm. This one here is the pump control. If the level is below a certain level, it'll kick the pump on. Pump will stay on until the level goes high, and then the pump turns off. And here's level alarming. And then the last chart here is for sending the emails. And I guess the cool thing about this thing is that these emails go out using one command, and that is just the send email command. You can look at that up in the user's guide, form 1700 it is. So sending an email is really easy, and it's especially easy using SoftPack because my computer is basically prepared to send emails. Here's a few initialization things. One thing about sending texts, there is Verizon, for example, has a site, an email address, which would be your phone number at vtext.com. That's a gateway that Verizon uses for, I don't know, for lack of a better term, for converting emails into text messages and sending them. So each of the different carriers have their own sort of gateway, and its phone number at thegatewayname.com or .net or whatever it is. And you can see I got a list of 13 here that cover most of the major vendors. And you'll see on the graphics there's a way to pick that. So that initialize a body here, initialize the email. This, and I'm showing you this so that you can put your own email addresses in here if you want to. But we have a I created a Gmail account called uploaddemo@gmail.com, and we can all use that if we want. But here's the settings that describe the person that's sending the email, and it's in this case it's SoftPak. So that's kind of an important part of this thing. The rest of it, here's an email that can go out by just clicking a button. Here's the level. Oh no, here's a temperature email or text, and a level email or text. I've got one more thing here for loading a bunch of default settings. You can put your email in here as a recipient, and maybe your phone number, and then yours will come up by default. So I'm going to move away from Pak control, and I'm going to bring up the Pak display. So I built a Pak display for this demo. There's two screens. There's a water level screen and temperature, and then there's a screen for setting up the email and text. So we'll just file, save, and run, and we'll see what that looks like. So here's the screen. There's a couple of arrows here showing our settings. I can change the level with the pot. When the level drops below the yellow line, it means the water is low. It's going to kick the pump on, and the pump runs, fills the tank up until it goes above the yellow level, and then the pump kicks off. If I go above or below the high alarm settings, then the alarm kicks on, and I can reset it here if I want. I can shut that back down. So it's a simple strategy. There's nothing too crazy about it, but it looks nice. Here is another setup. Here's the setup screen, just in Pak display, where we can put the email addresses and the phone numbers in for the texting. Here's the service providers for the cellular services, and you'd pick which one the recipient is going to have. So you put their phone number in here. This screen has two email addresses and two phone numbers. My Groove screen, I only put one email and one phone number for texting, and I didn't put any of the texting numbers. I figured you can go to Pak display and set those if you want. So these will kind of work together. So let's see. That's just about everything. I know I've got some more stuff here. The Learning Center, SoftPak, Pak display, Groove on the iPad. So if I wanted to show this thing on my iPad, I can do that by complicating the network a little bit. What I have is a little wireless router, and I'm going to plug it in, and then I can set this thing up. I can make my own little Wi-Fi network here, and with that I can plug in remove my crossover cable and plug my Pak and my computer into this wireless router. And I've got it set up. It's not connected to the internet, but what it is connected to is it's providing a wireless network for me, a little Wi-Fi network. So I can go to my iPad, and I should be able to bring up my. I have to make sure I'm connected to the right network first. 1 second. Let me go back over here to settings. And sorry about this, but settings, and my Wi-Fi is the wrong one. So I'm going to pick my Groove LAN as my Wi-Fi. So I should be connected there. Come on. Okay, we're connected. And then if I come back to Safari and I type in HTTPS, and I type in the IP address of my laptop, 10.0.1.10, it's going to load Groove, and we'll see, here's the demo again. So without the Wi-Fi, I'm going to refresh that because that's pretty old. And it should, it's going to have the same screens before. Here's my temperature screen, and it's pretty neat. So that's actually not too far out of line either to have a little wireless router that you set up and connect everything to it. If you want to do that, if you don't know how to do that, you can give me a call. I can help set that up. So the last thing I want to show is how I've got this on my hard drive. I've got a folder on my C drive and I call it demos, and down here is a folder within that. It's called water demo with email soft pack. So what I've done is I've taken this whole folder and I've zipped it up, and there's a control subfolder, a display. Here's an empty R1 strategy that you may have to load if you've already got a control strategy running in the R1. And give me a call if you have trouble. The problem with that is that the R1 is already running something, and let's say your old demo or whatever you've got running in there, and with this, basically SoftPack isn't downloading a new control strategy to the R1, so whatever used to be running down there before is still kind of running. So what I did is I created almost an empty strategy that you download to it, and then it kind of clears out whatever was running in there. Since we're only using the brain half of the controller, we're talking to it with SoftPack. Here's the backup file with the groove stuff on it. We can restore from that, and here's a bunch of images that I've got on there. So unzip, create a folder called demos. In there, make a folder called water demo with email SoftPack. Unzip everything into there, and then you'll have to go into the control strategy and download it to your controllers and start using SoftPack. It's pretty cool. Give me a call if you have any questions. I'd be happy to help set this up for you. What's nice about it is it shows a bunch of cool features. You can easily type in the customer's phone number here or his email address. Go through this possibly, especially if you're connected to the internet. If you can get on the corporate Wi-Fi with your laptop, you'll be able to send all this stuff live. I guess that's about it. Sorry for taking so long, but this is hopefully something everyone can take advantage of. Thanks. Till next time. Bye.